Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the next video. And in this video, I will be talking about patterns, social patterns, family patterns, and what it means for me, for my understanding, just that we can set a basic ground and continue with other videos. So thank you that you are joining me, and let's start it. I will be not talking about something very new, because everyone knows how it works. We have a saying that repeating or the practice make the master. So if we are talking about body movement, all of us know, if we practice, for example, walking, some sports, with the time, our body, muscles, mind, breath get used to this movement, and after a certain time, for some faster, for some a little bit later, the body is acting almost automatically if we are doing this movement. And that's how patterns development is running. But as a mentor, I am not talking about we will be not getting connected into patterns about the sports and body movements. Partially, small part, but for me, for my sharing, are most important the social patterns, family patterns, what we get when we was children, and how we are implementing these patterns in these days. I will be talking about recognizing the patterns, how to use them, and how to not be a tool of the patterns. So we are talking about awareness, non-awareness. It's totally normal. For these examples and for these videos, I am very much aware for every single one of us, there are billions of influences in every single moment. I am aware about these, but I will keep these examples very simple, these explanations, because just to get the point and the basic line of the whole process. I know everyone is unique individuality, and I am respecting this. I am respecting myself. But just to get the basic line, these examples will be very simple. Without these influences, what we have, what every one of us have, and everyone is reacting different way on the similar situation. So these, I will keep it a little bit on the side just to get the point, okay? So if the universe is working in balance. And for me, the balance is very simple. One side, other side, somewhere meeting in the middle in some range, not just a straight line. And if we keep it simple, then in terms of social patterns, we are talking that these patterns are or was given to us through the generations, right? This is very simple. Some of the patterns we are aware about, and some of them not. So let's talk. I was reading a few years ago very interesting research. The final point of this research was having simple name: jealousy and what is behind. I have a goosebumps a little bit, so this is a good point. In this research, we keep it simple. I don't believe 100% that this is only way how it was. But if there is only small part that this is a true, then this makes me very curious. Okay? I am not telling this is a true. I am not telling this is not true. If there is a small chance, then it is interesting, because in this research, the man start his research in matriarchy society. So it was basically like 15,000 years ago. And the main point was that there was tradition where one family against other family was giving a present son or daughter to get married together. There was nothing more, nothing less behind. It was a gift from love that these two are getting together, like son and daughter, okay? Few thousand years ago, the society switched to the patriarchy society. This tradition was kept, and there was addition that two good families, of course, from father good attention, that they will get together. And there was addition that the couple, son and daughter, get some gift also. Okay, there was development from the loving gift to these little bit already calculated connection with a gift. Okay, that was the development according to this research. It might be the true, it might not, but just follow the logic behind, okay? So, And from that time, the pattern of giving and organizing a marriage was developing. And the organized marriage we know in this society. Everyone is quite aware about this option that we are having here. In different countries, different mentalities, but it belongs. It was the development, right? And behind this development is also the calculation of the parents or fathers, and the calculation what we give and what we get. And in terms of these 1,000 years of development, there is very high probability, according to this research, that the parents or fathers are getting feeling of owning daughter or son, and in terms of this exchange, what arranged marriage was also in men's and women's patterns included jealousy based on the owning. Okay? So you can see from one simple gift from love, after thousands of years of generation giving away and teaching children and showing them this pattern, we landed here with many other patterns involved to this exchange. And my question is, if only one small part theory in this research is truth, my question is, do we know or are we able to know, to feel, to live our lives without these patterns? Because we have now 21st century, and it was like 15,000 years before. So it is even possible that we can live and recognize how it feels without these patterns after so many years of generation movement through these patterns. So how aware are we about our own being if we have patterns which are here 17,000 years? That's a good question, right? So, in my personal case, I'm trying to be playful about these patterns and discover what is behind by myself. And like I mentioned in videos before, I'm supporting also my clients at the beginning to recognize these patterns, which are maybe not useful anymore for their life, for my life, and to develop our own individual awareness about these patterns. Yes, there are many patterns which are very useful if we are using them as a tool. So for example, when we was children, the parents show us how we use fork and knife, so cutlery. This is a very useful tool, and we are using aware this tool when we are having a meal. But this is very simple, and I am talking about patterns which we are not aware about, which we get from parents, and they get it from grandparents, and generation wise. So how aware we are and how much individuality we actually have in this life, if theoretically there are patterns around us which are people carrying over 17,000 years. If you are curious about your own journey to get more in touch, if this topic resonates with you, of course, this was just one example about jealousy and owning, but we are having thousands of patterns about body health, finances, relationships, and many others, expectations patterns, trying to teach people, teach others, and many others. If this resonates with you and you are curious about yourself, I don't have answers for you, but I can create a space, strategies that you, for yourself, that you are able to find out. So we should finally, after many years, drop the nonsense of the social patterns, which are anyway not working around. You can see it around how the society works. Ego, fighting, war, discussions about topics that doesn't make sense in long term or in deep terms of life. So if you are curious, visit my webpage, get in touch, or watch another videos. Thank you for your time, and see you by next video.